You should be so proud of yourself because we are there. Now it's time for the big payoff. Let's go check out our block. First thing we need to do, go log in to our WordPress install, Gutenberg Blocks, and then go to the plugins page. And we need to activate the block examples plugin. So go ahead and click activate. Uh-oh, fatal error. Looks like I made a mistake here. So on line 18, it looks like something's wrong. So line 18, looks like I have I'm ending that line there, and I think it should be there. So let's try this again. Okay, refresh, and let's try activating that again. Perfect. Okay, so our plugin is activated, and then the other thing we need to do before we can go check out our block is we need to run this npm run dev to build our plugin, and so everything works properly. npm run dev. Cool, and it looks like everything's set up right, no errors there. That means this thing is going to keep running. So if you make any changes to any of these files, like this block.js file, it's going to rebuild this build file for us. It's watching for those changes. That's what this -- watch does. Okay, so let's go check out this block finally. Head on over to pages, and I'm just going to go to the home page, and we're in the editor. Finally there. Collapse this. Okay, and let's go find our block. So here's the inserter, and so we should, if we go to blocks, and then remember we set up our block as a category layout. So here are the common blocks, and then the formatting, blocks, layout blocks, but I don't see our block here, so it looks like there must be an issue somewhere, and I think I know what it is because I actually did this on purpose, because this has happened to me over and over again, and it's always some stupid error, and I want to make sure you don't make the same mistake that I make. So remember when we created this index.php file? Well, we didn't put in the function name there, so it didn't register the block. So this is basically not doing anything. So let's pop that in there, hit save, and then if we refresh this page, hopefully, go to blocks, scroll on down to layout. Oh, there it is, you guys. We did it. Our basic block. Go ahead and click that. Testing the basic example. Heck yes. You guys, we did it. We built our first block. All of that for this little block. But trust me, it is worth all the effort because all of this stuff is very boilerplate at this point. We don't need to keep doing this over and over. Yes, we're going to have to run that npm run dev, but we're not going to have to set up a package JSON. And once you have that skeleton, it's more of a matter of adding, or mostly just adding stuff that we may need, like other npm packages. All right, and since we got our block, we got to relish this moment for a second. So let's play around with it a little bit. Navigate on over to the block.js file and just type something in there like, let's see, testing 1, 2, 3, my name is Lee, and hit save. And then for the front end, let's show something different there too, like, hello, I'm the front end. If we hit save, come back over here, and let's reload the page. We have to reload the page because we haven't hit save yet, but that block that we inserted, the content of that block is different than what we just typed, so we would have an error. So let's go ahead and insert a basic block. Oh, look at that. Testing 1, 2, 3, my name is Lee. And if we hit update, it's going to save it, and then we can go preview that on the front end. Hello, I'm the front end. Whoa, so cool. Why don't we try messing with the background color too? Look at this. Block style. Let's create another style for the front end. Block style, front. And let's give it a background color of black. Just something really simple just to have some fun. Okay, and then change that out. If we hit save here, now we're probably going to run into an error. Refresh this. Look at that. Okay, so because we changed that style, we've got an error. So this is just something to remember. What happens is they've got this default built in. If you modify the code of the block that's being used, then you can convert it or edit as HTML. Look, if we can convert to block, it'll just convert it to a paragraph block or something similar. So now if we refresh it, if we update it and refresh it, now we won't have an error because that block that was inserted that was different than it's defined in our code, it's not there anymore, so we don't have to worry about it. So now if we insert this basic block again and we hit update and go to preview, it should be a black background. Cool, there we go, it worked. But again, look at this. If I change it back, it's gonna break it again. So if I refresh this, and look, it broke again because we changed it back. And there's really like no way to get it back other than deleting the block or converting the block. So this is something to keep in mind, that if you do make changes to your block, there's a whole way to handle deprecated styles and everything. So we're not going to cover that in this course. That's in the more advanced version, but just so you know, that's how that works. So let's convert to block and let's delete this and update it. Get rid of that error. Refresh the page. Pop one back in there. All right, and then we can preview it. So look, there we are. We did it, our first block. And the next block, I'm going to show you how to move these styles out of this block.js file into another file, and we're going to create your next block. So great work. It should go a lot faster from here now that we've got our arms around all this tooling and Babel stuff.